fully not be expecting me to be live tonight because this is not a normal. This is not a normal night to go live. This is like the perfect timing. She just barked a little bit though, so I'm gonna pretend like it's nothing. Think she does that on purpose? I think she does it. Hey, dude, in phonics, how do you say that first word? Hey, Ted. And forging woodcraft. Well,
you already asked him that one.
Yeah, but don't. I always ask it after the chat starts, and then I can't ever find where he does it. Hey, Adam and Old Spice and Carol and
Just call it NF and W.
NF and W. That doesn't sound bad at all. Hey, Abe, C103. Oh, the old soldiers be reloading. What are you reloading? And I'll take 100 rounds, but jeez. Don't I was almost straight up demonetized myself right away, but that stuff's got expensive. Finally got my guy to get back with me, but yeah, it's $1,700. It's as low as you can go. Yeah, I said hey to Ted and Adam.
I was just looking.
Anyway, I don't really have a lot of tinfoil hat stuff to talk about because all the good ones that are they don't let us talk about them anymore. Should have marked this live stream as comedy or whatever or satire because that's what it is. I don't believe much of the tinfoil hat stuff. Honestly, it's fun to look into, and it's just like while reading a novel about space alien unicorn dragon things or whatever. You're like, okay, no. Snowpiercer. There you can talk about Snowpiercer still, which is undoubtedly the sequel to Willy Wonka. I mean, it's the end. It's actually there's just too many things about the movies that run together. I'm telling you. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Sasquatch. Ha ha ha, Rachel. Adam was saying we could talk about Sasquatch. We can talk about Sasquatch, I think. I think Sasquatch is still legal. I don't like talking about him when he's not in the room, though. Just seems weird. Depending on how you look at it. Now, a couple of my friends are adamant about Bigfoot being a load of hockey pocky, but then they believe that cars can safely drive themselves. So we're a solid 50, 60 years away from technology allowing that to happen safely. And as long as it's done for commercial purposes, it will never be done safely because it just costs too much money. And I don't think any of us was here at the funeral for the last Neanderthal either. I'm just saying. Well, true, but that guy was just being, thought he was making a joke. Um, Shatner's on. Um, Shatner's talking about Bigfoot. Well, he's seen some things back in the '60s when he was running that spaceship around. He fought one of them dinosaur things. That's me and my daughter were joking around about it, and everybody's always talking about the lizard people or whatever. And okay, let's say it, lizard people are in control, but they're not from outer space. They're from here. They're not actually lizards. They're dinosaurs. The dinosaurs didn't get wiped out. They evolved. They evolved and became intelligent. And they colonized the solar system and beyond. And now they just come back and mess with us sometimes. That's because Les Stroud, and I honestly think Les Stroud really believes he had a close encounter with something that he couldn't explain, and he's been all about it ever since. Yeah, like Mario the movie, only real, not where the dinosaurs are stupid. I've never seen any evidence of them except for on YouTube and the Discovery Channel. Hey, Walter. They're still finding stuff that they didn't know existed every stinking day. That little submarine that they got on a rope or whatever that flies around the bottom of the ocean, not fly, swims, whatever, navigates, submarines, whatever you call it. They're fine. They found several new things they didn't know like were there. I found something new I didn't know about. I didn't know there were 3 foot long carnivorous worms living under the ice up there. I'm never going to the Arctic to go fishing. They have spear-like heads that allows them to puncture through the skin of dead animals and swim inside and eat from the inside. No. So Has anybody seen that guy that does the fairy chasing or whatever? I mean, it's obviously, well, it's not obviously fake, but he doesn't, if you read the description, he doesn't, he's not trying to fool anybody. He's just making entertainment, but those are really good. If he was trying to fool people, he could fool people. And he's got a CGI animation type company or whatever. I love his character, the guy he plays out in the woods when he's shooting the films. It's like this total, just exactly what you would expect a guy who was out chasing fairies in the countryside to act like, just complete squirrel. You know, it's good. I can't think of his name, or I'd put a link in the thing. In some of the asteroids that have gone from one side of the atmosphere to the other side of the atmosphere and streaked off on into oblivion or whatever, um, you'd expect them to leave a trail or something. And there's little pieces of it falling off. There should be a smoke trail or something. What's that? Hey, Gilder. When I was a kid, I saw two fighter planes chasing something up in the air. I don't know what it was. They were way up there, though, and they were getting it. Um, didn't know what they were doing. They were like flying around in a circle, and then something in the middle of what they were doing, their little circle took off, and then they took off, and then it moved, and then they changed directions after it. I watched them mess around with it for like 30, 40 minutes, and then they streaked off into the distance where I could no longer see what was going on, which took a while. That was when I was living up on the cap, up below Lubbock. I was a kid, Adam. It was moving all over. It didn't. No, I want to say it wasn't flying. It sure wasn't flying the same way as the planes were. About the time the planes would get to it, it would just go somewhere else. That's the best way to describe it. It would just go somewhere else. Nah, it wasn't doing like that. Well, it would wait. It would wait for him to get close, and then it would just go. It would just go somewhere else. Never heard a sound. Just heard the jet engines. That was it. And I'm serious, they were way up there. They were way up there. I didn't even know anything could fly that high. Hey, Jack. Did you see that the revolted man said I was dead to him? I'm very hurt now. I don't know how I shall continue. I just made a joke. It was one little joke. All I did was say, you didn't really need an axe. All you needed was a bigger knife. Which is funny. Hey, says that. Hey, South Florida. I think Erwin Saunders. I think that's right. It's just, I mean, it's like super entertaining, and you watch him act the fool or whatever for so long, and then there'll be he'll always have this little short deal of a little fairy or something walking around. He walked into a cave the other day and almost got ate by a dragon. That was pretty cool. And I watched the dragon thing 3 or 4 times on uh, you know 25 point a quarter speed or whatever to see if I could see where he put it into frame or whatever. He did a good job. I was like, I mean, that was so real. But I'm easy. I try not to take life too serious. Start taking life serious, and it's a big mistake. I mean, you ain't getting out of it alive. Yeah, that's how I knew the Jets were kicking it, because uh, their tail ends will light up. It wasn't dark yet, but there was a few stars out. It wasn't far from dark, put it that way. Now I think there's a lot more of that stuff out there. I mean, we don't understand everything that's going on. And I've said this before a lot when I was younger, that all it would take for society to get to where they could do interplanetary travel is accept the teachings of Christ and just everybody work together.
Isaac came in.
Hey, Isaac. And then boom, all of a sudden you can do whatever you want to, because you're not, you know, your technology isn't designed to tear stuff up. It's designed to make things better. So things just get better. You know what I mean? And that's where agriculture come from. Agriculture, the thing that made us what we are. I mean, it was designed to make things better, so it made things better, and then somebody invented war. Didn't think that all the way through. Right, and this thing never disappeared. It was there. It would just move really fast.
Well, that's not good.
Is the dog barking at your son, and is your son actually winning, or is he getting his butt handed to him on the game? Yeah, it could be. I may be lagging some because I've got the resolution turned up. I was waiting for somebody to notice my haircut. Cut my man bun off. Well, I did. My daughter did. I like it. I don't know, Sid's dad. I didn't know that. Yeah, I figure that's usually when I start yelling, Carol. Not that I ever play first person shooter games. Well, I don't anymore. I tried the other day, man. I was like, wow, this is really hard. I can't believe I actually got to where I was decent at this. Sadie, you cannot bark at the cat for trying to come back out from under the house. If that's what you're doing. That's annoying.
Say 103, so he's going to eat a bite, but he's listening.
Okay, C103. We will be here. Yeah, I saw that. You reckon it was a bird strike or whatever? Oh, y'all want to talk about weird things? Okay. Remember when the tsunami hit and stuff? Did anybody watch any of the videos of the stuff coming, the wave coming over and the things coming up out of the water and shimmying across the buildings and stuff? Like things climbing out of the water. Anybody see that? I watched that. I was like, wow. That was my early days of YouTube boredness. But I was just like, okay. I don't know. It may have been all been a load of crap or whatever, but we have, and there's UFOs, right? And then there's the uh, what's the word they use for the ones that come out of the water? And we don't talk serious tinfoil hat stuff on here because I avoid that stuff. Because if you get close to it, you get suicide at the end.
We had, what do you call them? The gremlins last night.
Yeah, I still want to know what that is.
We had freaking gremlins, I swear.
I don't know what that was, but it scared the piss out of me.
It sounded like little tiny feet running across the metal roof.
Yeah, but it was in the attic. And it wasn't just like a real quick thing. It was like a lot of it.
Yeah.
I was brave, though. I went upstairs and checked. I went and looked for it. I couldn't find anything. It was weird. Sounded like at one point, sounded like a metallic rattlesnake. Would sound, or I would imagine it was weird.
know what, 2 minutes or something.
2 minutes or
Never
there.
did it again.
It I don't know what it was. Well, I do want to know what it was, but I just don't want it to come back if it's something mean. Now, it could have just been that fox running around chasing a squirrel up on top of the house. That would have sounded the same, I guess.
I don't know.
But I got up, I looked, I didn't find no tracks on the roof. Because we had that little bit of water and the dust come in, so there's dust on the roof. But the dog never acted up. If there'd have been a fox running around on top of the house, she'd have had a cow. Because she was outside then. I don't know what it was. It was weird. We don't have squirrels. Well, we get one every once in a great while, and I shoot it. Hey, Iman. Oh, the snow was all gone. But
Okay.
well, that sucks. They didn't kill you and eat you though, Scott. So good on you. I don't have to worry about Sasquatches kidnapping me because I'm gonna talk them to death. They'll either wind up killing me and eating me, or tell me to get out of camp. One, two. I'll be good. I'll be good to go either which way.
I would just tell you to go away and shut up, Earth.
See, it's a self-defense mechanism, honey. It's not a character flaw like you think. It's self-preservation. It's ingrained into me. Out of years and years of my family living in the mountains, having to deal with them Sasquatches. Okay, Adam. Tell him we said hi. So I said, hey.
Trey's in here.
Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey, how many Sasquatches y'all got down there? And are the Sasquatches in the south, are they like mostly naked? Or they got fur on? Still.
Yeah, because then it'll be too quiet.
Aha! See, she loves me. Do what, babe?
Bent came in.
I didn't see him. Hey, Ben. Just got this thing of like a naked Sasquatch in my head, and I really need to get that out. Might wear coveralls, you think, Carol? They probably do, huh? 5 confirmed. Are they naked Sasquatches, or are they furry Sasquatches? Are they skunk apes or regular Sasquatch? I don't know. All Sasquatches are supposed to stink. Think about it, though. I mean, the forest people are something that comes all the way down through Native American history. So they have Brazilian waxes. I would figure something like that. And that actually makes sense, Ted, because it's all hot down there, and I don't think they got hot and cold running showers. Oh, hey, Rob, you want to come on live with me? I'll let you. I think that's what it is they're Wookiees. And here's the other end of it. Okay, the dinosaurs didn't get wiped out. They evolved into higher life forms that developed space travel and interdimensional travel and stuff. And they took some of the early primates and made pets out of them because they're like cool. They could haul the garbage and stuff like that. They could do all the stuff. And then every once in a while, when they come over here, a couple of them get away. Then you got, and they're raised to not be seen by people because, well, the dinosaur alien people don't want to be seen. So they've, bred it into the Sasquatch pets not to be seen. And that's why you can't see them. No, jeez. I wasn't asking if Cousin Earl got a little bit tight and went skinny dipping. Yeah, if I got bad mushrooms, it's your fault. What was wrong with your day, Rob? And did he answer me?
He said he hadn't got a shower yet.
Oh. Well, Betty Bird's been missing your face. I don't know with what, but she's been missing your face. That's funny. Well, hold on a minute. I gotta catch up on something. There's something funny here. Obviously. Hey, Yankee. If they are Sasquatches and skinny jeans, that'd be funny. I don't know. Some of the stuff out there is fun to whatever to think about. I never would have thought that a rhinoceros would go to.
Smell you, Rob, so we don't care. Not smell-o-vision.
Well, I'm glad I didn't talk myself. I almost talked myself into driving up there today. I'm really glad I didn't go hang out with you. I've still got to get the guts up to try that that fertilizer and charcoal and stuff, but it's supposed to be violent.
Old English accent. Oh.
That's cool. And see, how come Sasquatches is only in like China and because they got the Yetis or whatever, and or wherever it is. I know it's not China. Yeah, I'm bust my chops about that being all racist and stuff. But and then in North America, how come they ain't no Sasquatches in Europe? I think because y'all done killed them all. Is that they didn't marry into the people? I mean, y'all do have them Scottish folks and stuff. You see. I did not. I could. We have cloud cover. I was watching the moonrise earlier. I went to town. Well, went to the little hole in the wall cafe we got up the road, which makes really good burgers, by the way. Uh, my wife is proud of the fact that she can kill one in 7 bites or whatever she said. She was hungry. I don't think she really. I can't do one in 7 bites, so she didn't. Anyway, I was watching the road, but I could see the moon. Clarify that. I wasn't like staring at the sky. Oh, whatever. They bred into the royal family. Ooh! I can do this. What's this? I am. I have a PayPal account for anybody interested in helping with the funding of this endeavor. Sure. Was just playing around with my oh, I want one of those. Come on with your slowness already. This Come on. I should have lowered my resolution on the camera before I start trying to do this. Please pop up right away. Oh, that's very sad. No. Might want a puppy? $25. $25 rehoming fee. Come on. Somebody bought it already. No. So. Dadgummit, how you do this? Knew I should have saved it. Oh, man, they already pulled it down. Dadgummit, never mind, guys. It was a mid-70s Chevy short bus from a church. It was lime green, and it said, "The Mystery of Godliness Machine." And it was awesome. And it's gone. Well, I actually should have searched buses a while ago because there's like a whole bunch. Oh, there's me one. Well, $30,000. We're not. I wouldn't pay you $30,000 for nothing. $30,000. That loan better be called a mortgage. Some of these people crazy for these buses. Anyway, yeah, it's gone, so never mind. It was just cool. It was like this one. There was one like it up here. It was. It was this kind of bus. Hold on. It was this, but it was lime green and it was cool, and it's not all ugly like this one. Had a diesel engine and everything. But anyway, it's hideous. It's supposed to be hideous. Anyway, what are we doing with barrels? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Black powder kit.
Oh,
And Keith came in.
hey Keith. She's gonna make me go out there, isn't she? What? Why would you need? I mean, if you're going to build a black powder rifle or whatever, I mean, why would you do anything but rifle? I mean, um, I wouldn't want the spiraled barrel where you had to do the shaped slugs or whatever, but still. Well, yeah, there's that. But orange smoothbore, they're only good up to, accurate. I mean, the ball's still going to keep on going, but they're only accurate up to like 50, 75 yards, aren't they? I mean, past that, you're getting lucky. I don't know enough about that stuff to get in on that conversation anyway. Anybody got any other tinfoil hat thingies we can talk about? That I actually have some input on, because I don't know anything about that. Underground houses. Well, underground houses aren't really a tinfoil. There's people living underground all the time around here. There was a little underground house for sale here for a while. I mean, there's a lot of people tied together. Their milk carton. You have to be a little bit more specific. Do I think there is possibly something to the Mandela effect Yeah. Can I explain it? No. Well, actually, I think I can, but um, that would cause more argument in here than anything else. Oh, really, Uman? Why would an intelligent silver strand want to go up some dumbass's nose? Oh, I mean, somebody's nose. Jim Swayze designed what in 1965?
All today's got an old folk story going on.
So you think we started out on Mars? That's actually pretty common, Walter. A lot of people think we started on Mars. They believe that they will find, if we could ever get there, we could find archaeological proof of advanced civilizations on Mars.
Okay, now I'm going back to driving.
Okay, Walter. And actually, Ted, underground houses make more sense than anything else. Even half underground. If you just dig out uh, a 6-foot hole and go in and put a place for all your plumbing and stuff, and then build your house, and then kick all the dirt back up on the walls, it just makes sense. Though most of your heat transfer happens through your roof, but if you dome the roof and put 36 inches of soil on top of it, then whatever heat you put into that space is the heat that stays in there. Yes, Ted. That's why I want to do the rammed earth house, because if I make the walls thick, and I keep saying rammed earth, it's not really rammed. If I build the earthen home, because it's going to be more adobe, but not. There's no way to call it a thing because what I want to do hasn't been done yet. So there I was in the Congo, surrounded by pygmy cannibals, and lo and behold, I've actually looked at a lot of the property over in far west Texas, but there's nothing with year-round passable roads close enough to a fuel station to make it feasible. The end. And the stuff that is, it would be very difficult to build an earth home there. There's a few geothermal um, cooling systems in this town. They are wrought with problems. Um, the water, the groundwater here is corrosive. So you go down into the water table to to use it to cool off the water in your house, right? Or in your coils. And you know, you can't use plastics and stuff like that because plastics aren't good thermal carriers. They don't move heat good. You can't use aluminum, which is the best because it dissolves in water. Copper lasts a little while, but not that long. You can do it with stainless steel, but again, stainless steel only lasts so long, and then you wind up with leaks and this and that and everything else. Right. It's you take the heat from the house, you put it into the water that goes down into the water table to another set of coils, which are down in several holes that you have drilled. That water takes the heat out of that, and then it comes back in, and then it recirculates the air and picks up more heat and goes on. It's just, instead of Freon going to a condenser coil, it's water going to a condenser coil, which happens to be in the water table. That's the way it's done here. I don't know. There's more than one way of skinning that cat, but hey, Bitty Boo. Texas is going blue. We got too many people living in the cities. It's better. Large population centers breed collective thinking. Collective thinking leads to socialism. Socialism leads to decline, societal decline. It's just the way it works. We're at the end of our run, people. Hopefully, it won't take 200 years for us to get back on the upswing, but we'll see. As goes California, as goes the rest of the country. It'll be all the people that are running out of, and I don't, it's America. They're California citizens are American citizens too. Texas is part of the United States. They're welcome to come over. There's yeah. Get self-sufficient. Quit worrying about holding on to everything you got because you're not going to get to. The Borg are coming.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, about it is. The whole world.
He's been working the whole world, Isaac. And it has been since um, the late 1800s.
Well, I guess technically he's been at work since.
Yeah, he's been at work since Jesus went and sat down.
Yeah.
think about it, he actually had the authority, the power and the authority to offer Jesus Christ every, the offer to let him rule every kingdom under the sun. I mean, so yeah.
He could only offer that if he had it.
If he had it, he couldn't. Jesus didn't say you can't give me that. He just said no. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll redo the stuff and make it to where they can't uh, they can't shut down rural Texas to keep the population centers going. I really, really, really need them to fix that. I don't know what the count is so far, but me and Sweet Pea went by and looked at that guy's the field that he keeps all the goats in. There's only 4 left. That guy keeps 100 herd in that pasture. I really hope he took those to market. But that would have been 7 days without water in exceptionally cold weather. They don't have any shelter out there. So I don't know. Their breed, they don't have to bring their politics in with them. The mainstream media is manufacturing the politics. Our school teachers are teaching the politics. The you're still reasonably safe out in the small towns, which I thought that. It's not entirely true. But, I mean, come on now. The government opened daycares and pre-Ks and Head Starts and all these other things. Now, used to, your kid didn't have to worry about going to school until kindergarten. Now your kid's expected to be in some form of indoctrination by the time they're 6 months old. That's okay. We're not really doing the tinfoil hat that good. We got to get off politics, or I'm gonna have to close the chat though. In the end, I will hit end broadcast. I actually like the idea of underground houses. I like the idea that they've got going on the Earth ships or whatever. I just wish the people running the Earthship stuff over there in New Mexico weren't a bunch of tree huggers. I think they may be sort of serious about it, but then again, I think they may just be playing them around on it. The Earthships make, it's an insane amount of sense. And you can't live hyper comfortable in Earthship. I mean, it's tolerable. Instead of it being 100 degrees in your house, you can keep it 80. Instead of it being 20 degrees in your house, you can keep it 60. That's not bad. But it takes a lot of money to build one of those, and it's all labor. There's no You don't leave the refrigerator door open to see if there's any fresh juice. Alternate universes? I don't know. I don't know if the hollow earth is. I know we can't talk about the non-round earth. And I like the idea of the hollow earth. I just don't know how that would work. I do like the thing where the moon's not actually a naturally occurring.
The moon is cheese.
The moon is made out of cheese?
Yeah.
What was the name of that cheese that I had on my sandwich?
Was it Munster?
Not Munster. Haverty? Havarti? Havarti?
I don't know.
Havarti cheese or something. That was good cheese. I had me some high-end cheese on my sandwich the other day. And I like it, and don't know if I can get it at the store. And see, that's if I had a backhoe, yeah, that would be fun. A backhoe on 20 acres, nobody ever knew I lived on that piece of property. I know they shot a missile at it. I didn't think it was a nuke. Smoked Gouda. I don't think I've ever had Gouda either. No, running a backhoe is not a new endeavor to me. But hey, that Sasquatch, see, I told y'all they were real. He's one of them southern Sasquatches. He ain't got no fur. Either that or he's got a really high nair bill. One of the two. How'd your place make out in the snow apocalypse of 2021? The Great Polar Vortex. I still think it's going to be a ice age. Whoa, Jeremy, what's up, my Canadian friend? We got a Sasquatch and a Canadian in the room. Y'all didn't get any snow whenever Texas turned into an iceberg? Oh man, we made it through the snow apocalypse without losing anything but our fish. The power went out long enough to suffocate them. No, we're good. You're like in the middle part of Canada. You're a little further north than Chris, right?
Nope, don't want any.
Yeah, I did. We had We had, I don't know what the count. I know it's over 20
No,
people.
it was closer to 60 now.
60. It's up to 60.
Almost 60, they said.
Almost 60 people froze to death in that thing.
That's the report I heard today, anyway.
It's
There was at least 2 were children, like, elementary age.
yes, Sasquatch, northern Mexico. Just like you live in southern Kentucky. Very abnormal temperatures. What are y'all gonna do when the glaciers show back up, Jeremy? Yeah, that's the one. And it's just weird that y'all probably just treated it like it was another day. I mean,
And most people around here have electric heat.
yeah. Everybody sold us on getting rid of the propane and the natural gas and stuff, and everybody switched over to electric heat. Well, they're going to be turning they're going to be coming and collecting my meter if they do that.
Yeah, there have been that. There was a guy in Midland, he got a $9,000 electric bill.
$9,000 electric bill. We're not on automatic pay, let's put it that way. It's not, how long? I mean, it snowed on us for 3 days straight, didn't it? We had 2 days of freezing fog and then snow. First we had falling snow, and then we had blowing snow, and then we had falling snow, and then we had blowing snow. And then it just went. It just all left. And then it took it, we had snow on the ground for 5 days after that, and that never happens.
And then day before yesterday was 80. Yesterday was, 40? And then today was back to 75 or something.
Well, see, Jeremy, that's what we were talking about, was that we've had more snow this year. It's crazy. We've had, how many times has it snowed this year?
Well, it's only been like 3 or 4.
Only like 3 or 4.
Yeah, and typically we get one a year.
We get one a year. And it snowed like 3 or 4 times here. And we had that ice storm before that. An inch and a half of ice, freezing rain. Tore up all my trees. Oh yeah, we're looking forward to the water. It's actually supposed to rain tonight. We'll see. See, that's what we were reduced to, was a wood stove. But well, we made it a day into that wood stove business, and then the roads were clear, and our son said we could come hang out where they had running water and electricity. We're like, I mean, we could sit here and, sleep on a camp mattress back by the wood stove, or we could go somewhere and stay at a hotel, basically. So Well, the part of the desert there is a little finger of desert that runs through this part of the world. I'm right on the tip of it. And then it goes that way. Just boom, back in. All is desert all the way to El Paso. It literally, our lakes are all dry. But if you go, what's the line? Maybe 45 miles west of us, or no, east, 45 miles east of us, all the lakes are full. We get cold and we get ice storms. We usually get 1 to 2 ice storms every February. But that's what's weird about it. What, the ice storm came through in December or some crap like that?
Yeah.
It was like way early. And we've had more cold this year. When it gets cold here, it gets down to freezing. It'll get down in the, it'll get down to into the upper 20s, a couple days a month during the wintertime. February is our coldest month here. But it's weird. My temperatures and Rob Painless's temperatures, which are, we're 2.5 hours apart in Texas. 2.5 hours in Texas is a long ways, okay? Our temperatures are almost identical. If it's 28 degrees here, it's 28 degrees there. If it's 90 degrees there, it's 90 degrees here. Until in the summertime, he'll be setting on 95 and I'll be at 102, 103. Oh, so Obi's going to be okay? I live in Scurry County. One Wallcrafter. Yeah, because they're not used to the wind. And see, people don't get that. They're all, man, it's only 32 degrees out there. Go outside. Go outside. The wind, it's a steady breeze. We don't even call it windy unless the wind's hitting over 10 miles an hour. The wind doesn't blow until what? About 15? 15, you got the winds blowing, and 20, the wind's really blowing. And 32 degrees with a 15 mile per hour wind is cold. The end.
When the stupid wind blows, because there's nothing to block it, and it's cold, that's when it's so bad.
Yeah, it's literally, you'll see people, they'll be standing on, they'll just find a tree and they'll stand beside the tree. You're like, what are they doing? They're blocking the wind. And that's messed up, man. Rob, that's true. You're like, oh, damn, the wind's blowing. Well, I hate summer wind, man. 15 mile per hour wind, and it's 115 degrees, and you're trying to stand in the shade, but the wind's blowing that hot wind, that hot air from outside the shade on you underneath in the shade. Did you get a shower yet, Rob? So, hey, Jeremy, when are you in? Chris gonna go out and do something stupid again. I mean, do another survival challenge. If I could ever get Rob to quit playing in fertilizer and cow shit, we'd go doing it. It's hot now. Yeah, it's pretty much, Rob. It's just no getting over it in the summer around here, man. It's murder. Oh, cool. Did y'all find a place to? Never mind. If you people don't know, one Wildcrafter is the Woody Beersman's buddy or whatever. They like hang out and do cool stuff, and they're famous. So, and I'm not. Are y'all gonna try that? Are y'all gonna try to do another year of wild food or whatever? You and yeah, gummit a follower on Instagram, Delphine. I don't. I needed a reason to go live, Bent. I just said Tinfoil Hat Friday and stuff. We never talk about. It doesn't matter what Bent. It doesn't matter what I make the title or topic of a live stream. This chat is going to go wherever it wants to, which is going to drag my live stream to wherever it wants to go. This is not my live stream. Y'all always take it over. Don't blame me. Oh, well, sorry to bring that up. Yeah, back to the challenge you're going to do this summer. What are y'all going to do?
He said something.
What?
Maybe do a long survival challenge this summer when I'm on holidays.
Come to Texas, dude. I'm not messing with you right now. Going to be hanging to spend. I'm going to spend a lot of time with Bob Hansler this summer. And I don't know if you've heard about that place, but dude, I'll let you use my trigger finger and everything, man. Well, we eat some aoudad and some wild pig and some elk and slow Boy Scouts. Oh, just joking. Not allowed to shoot those. Don't shoot the Boy Scouts. I really want to go to Canada. I really do. And I'd actually talked myself into it, and then last year happened. So I'd actually talked her into, which she was okay with it, but she's always okay with everything I want to do. She's even supportive most of the time, but I've been with her long enough to know that she doesn't really mean that's okay.
Rob said he's used that stuff and it's really helped.
Cool. Who heard? Wait, hold on. We're not talking about fruit roll-ups, Robert. Is fruit roll-ups girl still in here? I hadn't heard from her in a bit.
Probably still at Home Depot. I asked her and she didn't answer me.
Actually, that's when I was thinking about coming up. One Wildcrafter, because he's got me scared of them black flies, man. We got mosquitoes down here, and I don't like them. We got mosquitoes and chiggers. I don't know if you saw the chigger video, but I don't like chiggers. I don't like mosquitoes, and I don't like fire ants. Why would I want to go someplace where you have black flies, mosquitoes, and mooses? Betty started it. Oh, okay. That gummit, Betty. Hold on, Rob. Let me send you an invite since you're all clean and purty. If I close Facebook Marketplace, wouldn't be using so much bandwidth up. Jeremy, I actually have that. Chris was nice enough to share the footage that he had of me shooting at
She's just now getting home from Home Depot.
the little bit. Are you just now getting home from Home Depot, Rachel? I'm supposed to ask you that.
Someone else will be a visit.
Yeah, and I got so why are you not popping up his name? Um Oh, the computer's running the scan in the background.
Uman said he added.
And for all you people that are going to go over and start subscribing to One Wildcrafter and stuff, you cannot hold his superior intellect against me, okay? And you cannot make jokes about, wow, he does actually know smart people. That would be mean. So you are not allowed to do that. I actually know a lot of smart people. And see, that's what I'm talking about with Wildcrafter. Oh, man, he's like, is it, well, it's too hot to do anything. And he was like, man, it sounded like if I missed like a 2-week window on my trip that I would be in a living hell. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. And then I was like, well, so my only option is to go ice fishing. And let's see, go dig a hole through ice that snap, crackles, and pops, so you can play in ice water in below freezing temperatures in the snow and stuff. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good.
Our daughter thought that's how everybody cooked them for the longest time.
What's that?
The fish.
Oh, yeah.
You started showing her that from when she was little bitty, and she just assumed that's how everybody.
That's how it is. Weird when my kids got out and realized there were other people on the planet. My wife was just saying that. I mean, my kids just thought that was the way you do it. That's where I was taught to do it. What did T-Bird say? Ahead? I hate mosquitoes. Yeah. Now there's a lot of places to go in Texas. I was talking to somebody the other day. You can spend a lifetime. There was one in the comments on one of my videos. You can spend a lifetime in Texas trying to see everything there's to see. I literally 3 hours from my house is a place I've wanted to go my whole life. I haven't been there yet because it just you can't just go for a day. It's to hike to one waterfall takes all day, and then you've got to float the river, which takes another couple of days. And then you've got to get back from floating the river so you can check the other waterfalls, and yeah. And then there's places you can sneak off and go fishing. It's just. And then you got Paladura Canyon, which we still need to get to Paladura Canyon. What they'll pull it off now, they know we don't have all the kids with us and stuff. But as soon as we said we were going to Paladura Canyon, all kids would show up, won't go with us. Bent, their eyes can't look back at you because that's how you know when they're done. Their eyes kind of pop. China's calling. Okay, well, let them know that we're not talking about them, Sasquatch.
Later, Sasquatch.
It's a pretty heavy tourist place. I wouldn't be able to do a whole lot their ages. That would be like a family vacation video. I could do that.
I think we ran into a guy who was trying to train to be a Sasquatch the other day.
Who's that?
Remember when we left from lunch? He was talking to trees and throwing stuff.
Oh yeah, that guy. He was perfectly fine, honey. He was just trying to explain to that dead tree that it couldn't just drop its bark off any place it wanted to, or something. Yeah, that would be a good one. I survived Canada for 2 weeks. But, you know, knowing how desperate Canada is for good people, if I got up there, I'd be afraid they wouldn't let me come back home. So I've got to figure that in. I've got to have an escape plan. Oh, you're going to make me change your name, aren't you?
Wes S video in 2022. I survived Canada for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I like that, actually. Okay, man, hold on. I'm going to put you up here. You ready? You ready, Sweet Rob? And everybody welcomes Sweet Rob Painless. Something wrong with that.
Oh, good grief. This stupid thing here, I'm going to have to beat it into a small pulp, you piece of dump.
Oh, no. Is that what happened to you, Jeremy?
Okay. Where?
What are you trying to figure out now?
This stupid thing here.
Oh.
There. Wow. Howdy, everybody.
Trying to talk Jeremy and coming down here and going to the extinct volcano with us, man.
Which extinct volcano?
The BTSR, man.
Oh, yes. It's been a long day. Forgive me.
It's been a long day. You're fine. You'll be okay. There's that one guy, I think it was Kentucky Survivalist or whatever, used to tell me all the time that there was volcanoes in Texas. I was like, no, there's not.
Turns
Yeah,
out.
go over there and I'm like, okay, hold on. Now, yeah, but it's like it hasn't been blowing out nothing for 75 million years or something like that. It was volcano when, actually several volcanoes, when the dinosaurs were evolving into higher life forms and stuff.
Exactly. Well, this is going to bug me. My regular earphones, wireless earphones that I use, are being stupid. And I even got a new set and it's being stupid. So I've got the charger on them. In the meantime, I'm using these things, which I don't even know where they came from. They're just sitting here on the table.
Well, they're a really pretty shade of purple.
Thank you. They actually, are they? They're actually gray. But I had to look.
Yes,
I wouldn't have been surprised. And yes, hello everybody. Thank you for the compliments. I do shine up once in a while.
According to me, man, when it stops spewing stuff.
I should have put on a tinfoil hat. Rachel, I didn't even think about it quick enough. I'm slow on the uptake tonight. Cheers. Today was crazy, Wes. Good grief. I mean, this morning especially, everything happening all at once. People breaking stuff and needing stuff and me trying to prioritize who had to get fixed first and who had to get fixed next, and then get Cornelius to work on time, and then a glitch in the sale of the motel that's kind of got me bugged, and I mean one thing and then another.
Was the boss lady out on another adventure or whatever?
Happy Hair?
Happy Hair?
No, she was at work.
Oh.
Or do you
that's
even
right.
know? Yeah,
She sells pecans.
that's right.
Because she sells pecan brittle and stuff.
Boy, it's pretty good pecan brittle too. And by the way, I'm going to pump. Hang on. Wrong terminology. I'm going to promote Mrs. Wes here and something she sent me. I haven't done a video yet here, but she sent me some good stuff for my hands. She eavesdropped on Wes and me, which wasn't entirely nice, but she sent something. She sent something that helped. I mean, it wasn't like we were doing a live stream or anything, probably, but my feet here over the last week during that cold spell were cracked, and I mean, I had one under my toe I thought was going to get infected, and so she sent me some stuff for my feet and some stuff for my hands, and they're pretty nice and they smell good, and I have been liking them. I have kept them hidden where nobody else can get into it because I'm selfish that way.
But it's good stuff. I sneak into her stuff every so often.
I don't blame you.
It doesn't take much, man. It's really good stuff.
Hey, JC.
Hey, JC. It's called body butter. Isn't that the body butter?
Yep.
And she's liking the snot out of it. I mean, they even have toothpaste, dude.
Because I need some of that.
So that's all we need to do is get the Canadians down here, and it could be Texas against Canada. And then I know when we get there, Rob's going to be like, well, how about we just switch partners? I'm like, well, that makes me
no way. You and I know the place better. We'd kick butt if it was you and me against anybody.
Well, there's that. But we'd have to, would we let them choose or would we choose? Or would we just draw straws?
For what?
To see who win on whose team.
I figured if it's us against the Canadians.
Hold on a minute. We just might have to leave them out on their own.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You know, they cheat though. They're like, hey, can you give us a ride up to the top? And then Rob could ride up to the top, and then they'd have to wait for me because I'm scared to death of that freaking road. I was getting okay with it, and then the wheel had to fall off that damn truck.
I forgot. Yeah. And there was the wheel on the side of the cliff too. That was exciting actually.
That was a joy. That was like one of the best days of my life ever.
And then we got to walk 2 miles.
It's not like that wasn't a rash of things that was happening all the time. The tie rod ends were popping off of those things like it was going out of style. Not survival fingers bent. Not like that.
It is probably good that Anonymous American and Anna Lee aren't in here. They would have already taken that and run with it.
They would have run all over the place.
Polish, yes, I am. Hey, C103, I hadn't said hi to you yet.
That would be fun, though.
Yeah, it would. It would be. Oh.
Especially if we could find one of those blue holes that had fish in it and we didn't tell them about it.
Because why would we tell them about it if we're having a contest? I'm just saying.
Where are you getting them 20-pound perch at? Just don't you worry about it. There'd be you and me though. We'd be walking along, supposed to be looking for food or whatever, and we'd kick a rock, and it'd sound like glass going across the limestone. And we'd be like, "Ooh!" And we'd be digging around in the weeds for hours. What are y'all doing? Looking for wild edible flint pieces.
So help me out here, little Wes. I was kind of doing some stuff. One wild crafter. There was another channel. I don't know him, so I'll kind of get to know him here a little bit. One wild crafter. There was Marjorie Wildcraft that did. It may be somebody else. I may be mixing up two different things. Marjorie Wildcraft had a gardening thing that she did, and so that may be somebody else.
One wild crafter is the guy who went a whole year eating nothing but wild food.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, it's actually you really ought to go back and watch it. And,
I probably should.
He proved that it's possible and that you're not going to die from it, but that it's a lot of work.
Yep.
Even with, I mean, they had help. I mean, it was his whole family were, and the Wooded Beardsman was actually helping him with getting the stew. It was fats and proteins were your hardest thing to get.
I'm sure.
And it took them several months to get enough food together to start the year. And then they were running out of food, available wild food before the year was over.
I think I remember you telling me about this, and it was at a time when our internet was awful, and I never could get it. Maybe I can't. It does sound vaguely familiar. Yes,
yeah, that was back when before y'all got your little tower situation set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when one wildcrafter, Jeremy, developed a taste for raccoon.
Uh-huh.
He was that guy behind Walmart and McDonald's with a club.
Is there any way we could post a link to that on here?
I guess if I made him a aren't you a whatever
moderator?
Yes, my cup's in yonder though. Hold on. I didn't have YouTube open.
All the organs, Jeremy. Good grief.
Let me see, Jeremy. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Do not abuse it. I don't know if I have a Canadian moderator yet.
Yeah, be respectful.
That's my rib cage, cat. What is wrong with you?
So all the organs, Jeremy. I mean, guts and everything, or just organs. Fish livers, fish stomach, fish eyes for sure, livers, yeah, stomachs. Okay. I almost said lungs.
You know, the only thing that worries me is the liver from the possum because they're so dark.
Right.
Intestines,
got you.
Thank you, man. You are a angel.
Skin zone. Yep, I like fish skin. Scales, not so much.
Now I'm gonna speak over myself. Yeah.
Scales, not so much.
Now I'm gonna speak over myself. There, I did that. That's perfect. There. Now he can post a link to his channel.
Almost. It hadn't showed up yet.
Your mercury levels went up, but were they ever dangerously high? One wildcrafter?
What part of the world? What part of Canada was he?
What part of Canada? The one north of America.
That part. Okay, good. Yeah.
Where are you from? I think he's
Yeah, Adam, I'd be like you. I don't think I'd eat the liver whole, just swallow it whole, let my intestines figure it out.
I want to go to the, what is it, the Northwest Territories?
Oh yeah, I've been up. We didn't make it all the way into Northwest Territories. We went through Yukon and thought about driving up into the NWT, but we didn't. For those who don't know, I'm referring when the year Happy Hair and I got married. We drove from Colorado up through Canada and Alaska. It was about a 2.5 month vacation. It was awesome. And we didn't really want to come home, but I'd been gone 2.5 months, so I figured my customers were going to start abandoning me if I didn't get back. But I really like the NWT Northwest Territories license plates. They're shaped like a bear that's walking, and they're pretty cool, or at least they used to be.
He lives in Ontario.
Nice, Ontario. Okay, 46 4 hours north of Toronto. Okay, yeah, that's up there. That's up close to Hudson's Bay, probably, isn't it?
What's it like the maximum
maybe not.
speed limit in Canada? Is it like 45
Not
or something?
something when we were there. It was a great road trip, Jeremy. It was terrific. We had no schedule, no time limit. If we passed a sign that pointed to a waterfall, we back up, turn, go to the waterfall, spend a day or two, whatever. Yeah, we had zero schedule. Zero.
I just wondered because, man, they keep talking about like, how'd you drive 10 hours north? And I'm like, man, if I drove 10 hours north, I'd be in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole nother country.
Wes, have I ever showed you any of the pictures from our Alaska trip? I don't think I have.
No. Well, there was that one picture of you naked on a bearskin rug, but I don't even know why you showed that to me.
You don't know why?
No. Or wait, maybe I was digging around and stuff. Anyway.
One of those. There's one of the pictures where it shows, I think it's one of the pictures that shows a sign that says next gas station 300 and something miles. And it's like, it was serious deal, some of those places. 62, I was thinking it was about 65, but yeah, not real fast. And when we went, probably still is, from, I'm not even going to say where, there was a huge, long, hundreds of miles part of the Alaska highway that's still a dirt road. It was a good dirt road, but it was dirt.
62 miles an hour. Man, that would be like driving through Louisiana. Holy crap. So, driving 10 hours in Canada is really not that far.
Yeah, not really.
It takes forever. I will never drive through Louisiana again. Unless I got someplace to be in Louisiana. That state can kiss it.
Yeah, unless you're on the interstate, it's not as bad then.
I was on the interstate. Speed limit was 60. What is wrong with you people?
Recently?
I may be exaggerating. We're trying to go south.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're not allowed to go south.
When we go down to Christy's parents, we usually go to Shreveport and turn south to New Orleans or Baton Rouge down in there and then take I-10 the rest of the way. Now, there's times if you hit it wrong, it's not very fast.
Hurry back one walker. Listening to him talking stuff, the way he acts on it, he fit right in Texas. Just about that fast.
How far did we have to drive on that bad tire? Or on that donut tire coming back this last time? Before we got to Fort Worth and could get it changed?
Little ways. I can't believe we got lucky and found a good tire because it was Sunday, right? Anyway, we got lucky, man. We hit a chunk of steel and wound up with a flat tire. And
good grief. When we went up to Alaska, when we did that trip,
barely had 500 miles on it.
Yeah.
We carried maybe 3 spare tires. I think I had the one that was, tied in up under the back end by the back bumper, and then 2 spare tires up on top of the camper. And we had either 4 or 5 6-gallon gas cans full up on top of the camper as well. And I took all the tools I'd need to do whatever repairs I'd need to, way off out in the backcountry somewhere. And then we had a canoe on top of the camper, and we had 2 bicycles strapped to the front of the pickup.
Oh, you made Abe sad.
How come?
Why?
Only foreigner with a ranch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why we're just gonna make one Wildcrafter a honorary Texan. Wait,
Abe, you're the Abe is the only European still.
Texan, so.
He's still the only European with him.
You're still the only European. Because according to the Canadian Prepper, Canada and the United States are basically the same thing.
They're both in America, so still American. Mostly.
Except for that whole A thing. Like they're mostly like Minnesotans. Okay.
Robert Moore's been to Alaska. He did the Alaska Highway, I guess, too. Cool. Robert will get a kick out of this then. Robert in Dawson City, Dawson Creek, whichever one is mile 0 of the Alaska Highway. We parked and stayed in a big RV park, basically, big campground there to get ready. And all the way up there, the vehicle we took was a 1990 4-wheel drive GMC half-ton pickup, long bed, no, short bed. So the camper hung out over the back of it. And all the way, every time we stopped somewhere at a gas station or whatever else, all the Canadians come up there, oh, you're loaded pretty heavy, eh? I'm like, yeah, I'm loaded pretty heavy. Because the back end of my truck sagged down and the front end was sticking up, kind of like a 50s suspension job. And so finally we went through, I think it was Whitehorse in Alberta, and I bought a lift kit, air spring lift kit to put in there to kind of raise it up and see if that would help. And when we got to Dawson Creek, we parked and I jacked the camper up. We had jacks on it, and I lifted it off the truck, jacked the pickup up, undid the back axle and the springs, and spent a day installing those air springs in there. Set it back down, aired them up, set level as it could be, just as good as it could be. It was great. We saw the whole state, Rachel. We drove in from Canada into Alaska, and we did the big circle, which is Tote down to Anchorage, around to good grief, Mount McKinley State National Park, and up. And we stopped at the Arctic Circle. That was as far north as we went. We should have gone all the way to Prudhoe, but by then it had been a long trip. And we went down on the Kenai Peninsula and spent, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, couple of weeks, whatever, down there catching salmon and halibut and camping and doing all that kind of stuff. It was, yeah, a lot of gas. Adam, it was, when we got back, it was just under 8,000 miles for the trip. 2.5. Right on, Robert. Right on, man. Same deal. What year, Robert? Ours was 98 when we went there. And we had friends with airplanes, so we got to fly all over the place too, go into some really cool fishing spots and that kind of stuff.
Hey, of course, got into his house, his new house, his new old
Cool.
house.
That's right. Hey, Steve, I didn't see you come in. Hey, bud. Yeah, 1998, Rachel. That was the year we got married.
When you were still a baby, Rachel?
Yeah. Yeah, Rachel, when you were wearing your little girl clothes. I was thinking about that. We'd gone somewhere in anyway, the girl behind the counter, I flirt. I know it's hard to believe, but the girl behind the counter was flirting back and stuff, and then we get out and my daughter's with me, and she goes, "You do know who that was, right?" And I'm like, "No, never seen her before." And she told me her name. She said, "I went to school with her." I said, "Oh, damn." As I saw, I was all embarrassed.
Yeah.
They were like in the same grade together.
Graduated in 97. Rachel, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were living in Anchorage then. We just stopped and said hi. Had no idea.
You wouldn't have known who she was. You'd have been like, "Hey, funny looking little girl, how's it going?" I'm sure she wasn't funny looking. That was messed up.
Yeah, we didn't spend a lot of time in Anchorage. I don't remember. We went to a couple of places there, but I don't remember just what. Anchorage was a big city. I wasn't interested in being in a big city. I was interested in getting down on the Kenai and camping on the beach in Homer and next to the water in I just went blank on the name. Seward. In Seward. We spent a while in Seward.
Y'all talking about places I didn't even know existed, let alone want to go visit.
I want to go back as much as anything. I want to go back and send. When we were up there, I caught fish I'd never even heard of before. There's a fish, I think it's called a grayling. We caught a lot of those in Canada. They are maybe the best eating fish I ever had. They're not real big, but boy, they were good. And then we caught king salmon and silver pink, I don't know, some color salmon. And we caught halibut, and we mailed home close to 200 pounds of fish. You can't believe it, Wes. I thought, how am I going to get this fish home? They said, oh, you just freeze it and FedEx it. I thought, no way. And we did. And I FedExed it home, and the guy that, collected it said it was still frozen solid, stuck it in my freezer, and we ate fish for the next 2 years.
Wow. We have graylings here. He owns a Chinese food place. He's old man. Gray.
Graylings or gray aliens?
Grayling. Oh, Ling.
Yeah.
His last name's Ling.
Ah, I'm with you now. Yeah, Jeremy, did you like graylings? They were good. They were very badly doing Into the Wild, right? Minus the passing away. Yeah, skip that part.
So what's wrong with those? Is it pike? What is it y'all catch up there that y'all gripe about having to eat instead of the trout?
They might be, Adam. They might be a form of char, except I don't think they're big enough. I don't know.
Is it pike that they're always griping about? Y'all always griping about eating? And what's wrong with the creek chubs? I'm just trying to find out because they always catch more creek chubs, and I'm the guy that would probably just be like, okay, I'm eating those. Well, if it's dumb enough to eat my worm, I'm getting some payback.
I'm thinking. Yeah, Robert, when we went up there, we could take long guns, but not pistols. And so I had a bolt action. What did I have? I think I may have had what did I have? I know I had a 12 gauge shotgun I bought just for that trip. Wes has seen it. In fact, that was the shotgun I used for that one gun, one knife VR to SOS. Boy, what else did I have? I had 3 long guns. I probably had my 30-30, my Marlin 30-30. I don't remember what else. And now I don't know if you can take long guns up there or not. But I don't think I'd want to go. I don't want to be back in that part of the country. A bear or a moose gets stupid. You want to be able to pump him with something.
So on that, the first survival challenge, what do y'all call it? The first one where y'all were catching the pike or whatever, but y'all were losing weight, and he was saying he couldn't stand to eat any more fish. Was it more along the lines of he couldn't stand the taste of that fish, or just that he couldn't eat any more fish? Jeremy, I was wondering about that. I know if your body's craving one food and it doesn't get it, it will wind up rejecting other foods. I know that's actually a thing. Wilderness Living Challenge, yes. I was just wondering if it was Chris or if the pike was actually that bad.
Did Jeremy post a link? I didn't see a link come through.
I don't know. Oh, excuse me.
Jeremy, serious business. You have the wrench now. Post a link to that video series if you can, because I'd like to. I shouldn't check it out, Wes. When I watch stuff like that, I want to go, man. I've had the camp ever since you and I've been talking for the last week or two. I got the bug bad. I've got it bad, man. I want to get outside again.
Next catch and cook. You don't quit stabbing me in the ribs.
There it is. Good.
Probably get the botulism.
Okay, if I hit that, what happens? Bink. Did it load up? Yep. Put a new link on there. Perfect. Cool. I got it. I may have too many things open right now. Let's.
Well, I think shipping. I mean, that'd be the only problem is, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust anybody with shipping my firearms nowadays.
Oh yeah, that would be. Yeah, it'd be weird.
There's no way your truck's getting across the border, Rob.
Not with what I got in it now.
There's like you got the normal police ride, and then you've got the SWAT vehicle, and then you've got Rob's truck as far as armament.
It is stupid.
And I'll say that. One time I did that video and I started pulling guns out of my truck. I was like, damn. I didn't realize I had that many in it. I don't have that many in there anymore. Two shotguns behind the seat, one in the toolbox, one in the glove box.
You can do a ferry into Alaska, but I checked on the prices the other day, and availability is not good, and the price is stupid expensive. I was shocked at how much it cost to. That's something Christy and I had always wanted to do: go back up and go out of Bellingham, Washington, and put our truck on the ferry. We've had friends that did that, and you camp. Basically, you set your tent up on the deck of the ship, and about once a day for 4 or 5 hours, or maybe twice a day, you're allowed back into your vehicle, in the area where all the vehicles are, to get whatever you need to do. And it's like a cruise that you camp out on. But wow, that costs a lot of money. A U-Haul. Yeah, you could, Tibor, but get ready. You have to have a patent not to go to Alaska, Robert, but to go through Canada. I think you do. Is the idea I get, which is stupid.
Yeah, there were so many people abusing they were saying, "Oh, I'm on my way to Alaska," and they weren't actually going to Alaska. They drive halfway to Alaska and then they'd go up country into Canada and do their vacation. So now they give you basically a window pass sticker that's only good for they give you enough time to drive through, and that's it. And if you got U.S. tags on it and your things expired, I forget what they said the fine could be. I was watching it the other day. It was crazy.
Rachel, why not? What's the deal? No, that's not all you're gonna say. Tell us more. Why do I not want to ferry into Alaska? I've talked to other people that did it, and they said it was pretty cool.
Well, Rachel's probably of higher moral character than your friends.
Nah, I don't know about that. I've seen some of the things she's talked about.
Now. I'll be right back, Rob. You are in control.
Absolutely. No, I do, Rachel. I want to know why. Well, I've heard some news stories about Alaska cheaters during COVID claim they're in Alaska, but then hiding out in BC. I don't blame them. Boy, British Columbia is pretty. Oh, man, there's some pretty places in British Columbia. Wow. There were some cool spots, some waterfalls, hot springs. We camped. Robert Moore, tell me if you remember crossing the Toad River while you were up in Ooh, I don't remember if it was British Columbia or the Yukon now, but there were two. We crossed the Toad River several times, and there were some really cool spots that we camped. I mean, really cool. Um, in fact, a funny thing about the Alaska Highway, there were times that we camped, just pulled over in the areas where they were doing logging and construction in just a really extra wide spot, and we just pulled over and parked, and that was our camp spot for the night. And most of the time, once we stopped and camped wherever it was, we didn't see another vehicle until maybe the next day sometimes. There just was not a lot of traffic. At night, there was no traffic up there. Soured on Alaskan. Good, Tibor. For one winter and one bug season. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Bug season up there. Holy mackerel. When we left, when Christy and I left, hit the road from, I was living in Breckenridge, Colorado at the time. When we hit the road, of course, you know, Alaska is north and west. Well, we went north and east because we had to go to the Cabela's store in Sidney, Nebraska. And that was our first camp out. We camped out that night in the parking lot of Cabela's. And by the way, unless you got plenty of money, which I actually did at that time, don't do it. The smart thing, best thing I did was I bought a bug hat. It was a baseball cap with a bug net right up on the top that you'd unsnap and then fold down over. That was the smartest thing I bought for the whole deal. Uh, Jeremy, no, we lost Wes and just me here, unless he did something. Huh. Yeah, anyway, the mosquitoes were intense up there. Now, they didn't bother my wife. She'd walk outside. They didn't care for her, but I'd go out. Good grief, it was crazy. But that's about it. No, Oliver, Alaska was fun. It was good. It was weird. That whole, 24 hours of daylight thing that messed with me because we literally would be out walking, hiking around somewhere, think maybe it's supper time and look down, it'd be 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It was horrible, but I went in dead winter. The shower backed up. We had pets with us and could only go to the truck once a day. And I'm sure DFAC food cost on the boat was big bucks. I can't imagine what it is now. Yeah, no, I think we take our own. Okay, thank you, man. Yeah, now I don't know. I don't know, a bug suit, right? But not West. Yeah, West bugged out. I made a joke, bugged out for a second. He'll be right back. Yeah.
I borrowed my wife's pistol and then I brought it in here to reload it and then I didn't take it back, so I had to run from her for a minute.
Oh, you didn't want anybody to see you reloading your pistol?
No, I didn't want anybody to see my wife beating me for not putting it back where it belongs.
Well, I think we all want to see that. Gotta be. Yeah, Jeremy, I've done that before. I hit the wrong button and it's like, what the heck just happened? Oh, we got an NWT, a bug net jacket. Wow, for 29 or 30 days. I believe it. I believe it. Barely remember we saw so much stuff during the tote. Yeah. Yeah. Robert, what year were y'all there? I think you said, but I missed it or I forgot it already. I do that. Wait, I do have to say I got all my bar drinks. Well, Rachel, all good-looking girls get their bar drinks for free. That's not a surprise. That's how that works.
Well, if you walk into the wrong bar, good-looking guys get all their drinks for free, too.
I wouldn't know.
I heard
that. I've never been a good-looking guy, so I didn't have to figure that out.
I walked into what used to be the Gentleman's Club in Lubbock, and I was like, the guy, I finished my drink and set it down, and there'd be another one sitting there. Where'd that come from? I'd be like, okay, what the hell's going on here? He said, do you really know where you're at? And I'm like, this is the Cheyenne Social Club. He said, not anymore.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, alrighty then. So I left.
I don't remember which one that was. Do you have any remember what street by any?
It was one over there at the very where Avenue Q turns into the interstate now.
Yep, I made that mistake actually one time too. Right? Yeah. It was before that. It was called the Diamond Doll.
But after that, it was
I
called
had forgot.
the gay bar.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until I went in there.
Yeah, we made that mistake. A couple of my buddies and I went in. We weren't there long enough to have to experience anything though. We got in there, and after about 5 minutes, I was like, "Something ain't right here," and we're like, "Uh oh."
All the guys were pretty cool, but I was just like, okay, well, man, I just stumbled in here, so I'm gonna get out, okay?
Yeah. Mrs. West, of course, he grabs yours because he loves you.
Get me out of that. Well, in retrospect, if I'd have been looking for a cheap way to get drunk, I'd have considered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It was not the right bar, and it's funny because that when me and the missus first started looking for a house to buy here, we found a trailer house on a couple of acres, and we're in there. We're there. The guy showed us the trailer house, which is it's not a trailer house anymore, but anyway, I kept looking at. There was a table built into the wall. It was this really thick top, and it was polished, and it was smooth, and it was round, and I kept looking at it, and the guy looked, and he said, "Do you recognize that or something?" I said, "Well, it looks familiar." He said, "That's the end of the stage out of the Cheyenne Social Club." I was like, "Oh no, I've never seen that before in my life." When he was the guy that remodeled it for the whatever, and they literally took a saw and cut the end of the bar off and brought it home and put it in his house. I was just like, that is so cool. I don't know if I would want to eat off of that, but
Yankee Watchdog, are you from around here somewhere?
there's not like I had to put them up because I just seen you like talking bad about me in the chat. I had to put them up because we have grandkids and stuff.
Is she still being?
I can see from here. Without looking hard.
But Mrs. West, are you bullying Wes again? You need to be nice to him. Well, let me rephrase that. You don't need to be nice to him.
Well, thanks, Rob. I was all, yeah, he really is my friend.
Up in Colorado. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Huh.
I was talking about the tape. Trust me, that was part of the money where they sit down so you can put money in things.
Now, see, that's where he went wrong. He said, "Trust me."
The first time I walked in that place, I was 17 years old, man. I was so bumfuzzled.
Yeah, myself.
I was like, wow, they're everywhere. They're just growing on trees in here.
Sort of. How about that? Pretty cool.
I'd like to redo several years of my youth.
Except in the early 90s, I don't think it was the Diamond Doll. It was something else then. At least in Lubbock. Unless there was another one. Tibor, I believe that 3030 is highly underrated or I don't know. 3030 is a good round. It really is. It's not a long distance round, but up close, man, you can punch something with that.
Anything inside of 200 yards
Yeah.
with 3030, and it delivers all. It's not a
Hey, Jeremy's out of here.
later. In
Looks like.
what do you say? I have to split jump in on two chicken thing. But all right, we'll see you next time. And
Yeah, good to meet you, bud. Look forward to meeting you in person someday.
did he tell you to throw something at me,
Oh,
Corsair, or somebody in the
Maybe
chat?
it might have been Corsair.
Damn it. Anyway, later, Jeremy. You got my number or email or whatever. If you don't, let me know and you'll have it.
Us too, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Wes, is Woodbeard still planning to go back to Bob Hansler's, or is that pretty much?
I
off
don't
now?
know. He keeps talking about it, and then I don't know if he actually is or not. I
may
hope so.
actually-
Man. He's a real. You'd love him. I mean,
I'm planning to invite myself down there if he does.
you need this back.
Throw it at her.
I'm nicer than she is.
Are you? I've heard that. Brush gun. That's exactly right, Adam. That's what we always called it when I was younger. 3030 was my first rifle I purchased. Marlin 336C. Boy, I love that. I never did like the Winchester Model 97, but that 336C was, I've still got it. It's a sweet rifle. I love it. Yeah, it wouldn't be my first pick for Grizzlies either, but I'm in trouble. Hi, Happy here. What time is it? You want to come say hi to Wes? Why not? Come say hi to Wes. Oh, really?
Let me know when
like
you
you're
do,
worried about
Jeremy,
what
and man, we will set something up. There's, well, I don't know. Texas is almost same
For
size
sure.
as Canada. Yeah, gummy.
Part of it anyway. Come here and come say hi to Wes. Good grief. There's
Come
nobody else
say
here.
hi to me.
It's just Wes and me.
If Rob can go live with purple headphones on, then you can come say hi.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She's not doing it. She's worried I don't look good.
Would she have? She getting a bar fight or something? Get a black eye or something?
No. She just has a big old fluffy. Well, it's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's warm and comfortable. That's what it is.
Oh,
Like a hooded sweatshirt that goes down to almost her knees. Big whoop.
sounds like she's home to me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here in a Casey and the Sunshine Band T-shirt and bib overalls.
Cool.
I'm sitting sexy right now.
You've been sporting the overalls a lot lately. Tell me about that.
Dude, they're comfortable.
Yeah.
The stuff in your pockets, don't pull your pants down.
Right.
I know why farmers wore these all the time. You can work in these without pinching anything.
Yeah, exactly. I used to wear them a lot when I was in Colorado. I used to wear the Carhartt or the Keys, the big coveralls. Oh, just bib overalls. And
I won't spend money on another pair of Levi's.
Yeah.
I won't do it. These are the Dickies, and I've got these are the ones with the stripes or whatever.
Yeah.
This is a way better material. I don't know what the difference is. They're both 100% cotton or whatever.
Better than the brown ones?
This are I haven't bought any of the brown ones, but I bought the regular denim, heavy denim ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm pointing to them because I don't dry them all the way, and then I hang them up in here. I got a clothesline in my room.
Robert Moore asked if you've been to Walmart dressed like that. Maybe that's why you're dressed that way. No, she has not.
Oh.
Hey, Yankee Watchdog asked how old that shirt is, Wes. Casey and the Sunshine Band. I don't think you picked that up last week.
I did not pick it up last week. I've had it for several years, and I bought it off of at an estate sale. It's old.
That works.
I shouldn't be abusing it, but my wife threw away my Country Boys Can't Survive shirt.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
She said that she could see through it.
And
She wasn't lying. But
what's wrong with that? That's okay. If you got it, flaunt it, brother.
She said the washing machine finally ate it, but I don't.
Oh, and you gave me grief about my nightshirt for how long? It was see through.
I just said you should get a new one. I didn't mind it being see-through. I really miss the Jetsons, if you want to know the truth. It was a white T-shirt that said Jetsons or whatever on it, and yeah, she wore that thing for so long that she was like putting nothing on. I didn't have a problem with it. I just thought maybe she should look into getting a new one.
Well, I can't believe you blew that, brother.
This is one of the dumbest things I ever opened my mouth on. I swear.
Agreed.
Granted,
Yeah,
I was
Adam.
getting a sunburn on my shoulders through the shirt, but
Robert, too late, Robert. I already ratted you out. All right, I got to get off. She's ready to eat supper, and we got stuff to do tomorrow. I'm having a good time, but I hate to go, but I suppose I should. Otherwise, she won't let me next time.
Great Lakes Reliance.
hey, Great Lakes Reliance from Michigan. All right, well, I appreciate you coming over and hanging out. Y'all gonna be busy tomorrow, or you got work, or just
we're
stuff?
moving some stuff out of the motel. Right now we think you're still going to go through. There was some weirdness to it, but I probably going to move my gun safe out of there, that gun safe home, and then some other stuff. Try to get some things out. So that's kind of what's going on. So anyway, Cornelia, are these yours? I didn't know whose these were. You're sitting there on the table. Apparently these belong to Cornelius.
Those are Frank Boomer's.
I don't know him either. Do you want to come say hi to Wes?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to say hi to you, Wes. They're all being. I think they do.
They're all like Canadians.
Doing what?
He said, "Nobody loves me." Come tell Wes you love him.
Very sad. I'm gonna cry for days.
Boy.
She doesn't care. I'm crushed right now.
Okay. I'm officially off here. It was good to see everybody. I love all of you. It was great. Carol's still here. Carol hadn't said a word for the last however long I've been on here. Now that I'm leaving, she's like, "See you, Rob. Quit. Shut up, shutting up, and get gunned."
Yep. I'll holler at you tomorrow
kidding,
sometime.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll
Love you,
figure it
brother.
out. All right. Love y'all. Good night, everybody. I got to find the leave studio button there.
He's a good guy. I like him. He's the only one in the family that isn't shy, by the way. I met his dad. His dad's a real soft-spoken individual too. It's just like Rob's like not the same as the rest of them. The Zoo Man leaving too. But anyway, now we need to get a Woodbeard to pop into one of these. That would be a blast. I haven't been shooting any video, but I've actually been working on all the stuff required to do the videos that I want to be doing when the weather breaks. So, Y'all bear with me. When I told y'all that I was getting back to this stuff, I meant it. I just didn't realize it was going to take this long to get any of it done. All right, Yankee, be good. Don't eat too much, Rob. Anyway, if anybody got anything they want to talk about that we can talk about, I don't like making promises on putting out videos because I have so much footage of video. When I first started trying to do videos, I'd video everything, and let's say you're going to make a thing, right? And you spend 2 days making video for while you're making that thing, and then it breaks. You can only put so many videos out there about your mistakes before people stop watching. And that's why there's a lot of vid channels out there that they'll only put out a video a month, or they only do videos about specific things, because channels really don't like it when they have to show that it doesn't always work out. Anybody that's ever tried to make a knife, like seriously, fire, hot metal, hammer time, quenching, all that other stuff, if you haven't broken a blade, if you hadn't broken more blades than you've actually had turn out, you're cheating. And I really want to know how, because I want to cheat the same way. Adam, it ain't got to be a great camera. I started doing. I still got that phone around there somewhere. I had some crappy little LG phone. But yeah, I mean, it's and y'all remember Chandra, whatever, Chandra. She was like, she started showing us Alaska, and then she just left us. Yeah, and of course, I really like your new birds, man. They kicked that other bird's butt, honestly. Um, that old one was just annoying, man. Hey, Billy. I guess I could do a plug right now. I mean, if anybody needs jewelry for their wife, or if their wife needs jewelry, they should really look Mrs. S up on Facebook and buy stuff. She gets a lot of really cool stuff. I like that one. I may buy that one off of you, that blue one, if they didn't buy it for whatever. And if they did, if you can order one in red, I'll take it. Yeah, she went a place I can't go. I don't do that stuff. I have the Sony Handycam, and I'm actually digging this little cheapy whatever this thing is. I mean, it's not the best. It's not nowhere close to the Handycam, but it's not bad. Oh, we got Coven around here. But they blend in pretty well, actually. My oldest granddaughter's birthday party's tomorrow. We got hells here. I cannot believe that people deliberately move to Houston or to Austin. But Houston and Austin are just like any place else. It all depends on what part of the town you're on. You can live in parts of Austin and Houston and stuff and never know how bad the rest of it is. All right, Steve, be good. So coming up on supper time for you, isn't it? It's what? 8 o'clock over there, I guess. 8:30. Yeah, it's like everybody and their dog started asking for me to be somewhere in March. And we're gonna have to figure it out because it's gonna have to be first come, first serve or whatever on that. The end. It's the only way to make it fair. Age stays awake all night and then sleeps during the day. I think he calls it a day somewhere around 8 a.m. his time, 8:30. Sadie just barking to get in. Smack hide. That little bastard has ruined more of my dogs. Well, sorry, but he has. that little fur ball has more of my dog. He's smart. He's too smart for your average dog. Well, let's quit running through every city in the country until we get across someplace that's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Yeah, and Mrs. S is right. There's, you can't walk into a room without sharing in this town without sharing it with a crackhead. The end, or not method, or some without there being a drug addict in the room. It's just not going to happen. We've got a lot of the soccer mom type of addicts here. And that's any town is pretty safe until the sun goes down. The end. East Lubbock's not bad until the sun goes down. Hey DC, no, it's thawed out. That was last week.
We've already had 80-degree days.
We've had 80-degree days since then. Yeah, you get on the interstate here at 9 o'clock, and that's all you see is tractor trailers. Just that's almost all that's out there. Yeah, see, when I was in Florida, we stayed on the west coast of Florida because the east coast was so bad, but now the west coast is just as bad as the east coast. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If there's cable TV, you've got all the same players. It's just, and there's not really per capita anymore in the cities than there are in the rural areas. It's just there's so many more of them there because the population density is high.
I don't know that I ever watched that show.
Miami Vice, I watched a few episodes every once in a while. I thought it was stupid. Because that's not the real way they did it, but it was good TV. The little Cuban submarines and stuff, it's a Coast Guard that does most of the drug busting down there now. Those aren't the same bales, trust me. We actually found me and a friend of mine, we were on the beach and we actually found busted bales. we just collected it and sun dried it. That was then. This is now. It's the reason I'm against the stuff now is because I played around with all that stuff. Ain't none of it worth anything. Ain't none of it good for you. And that's because they'd rather pitch it over the side than go to jail. He said socks. Somehow or another, we've got to make it to Tennessee and Oklahoma and Arkansas, and I don't know if we'll get to go down to Mississippi or not. Probably not. And get back and get the gardening, which I don't even know if it's worth doing the garden if I'm going to be gone. It's a rare day when you catch me wearing shorts. I know guys that wear shorts and stuff, and then they want to go out in the bush and do stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't go over there. I don't have pants on." Well, you knew we were coming out in the bush. I mean, um, yeah, grasshoppers and rattlesnakes and um grass burrs and catclaw bushes and cactuses. And I can think of a lot of excuses for not wearing shorts, and I'm always out in that stuff. I'll put them on if I go to the river or something, if I'm gonna get in the water. But then when I get out of the water, I put my pants back on, because that way, if I want to go somewhere besides the path, I can. That's just me. Well, if you're going to go to the park or something, it's one thing. Or if you're going to go walking around town, I used to wear shorts whenever the kids were little, because we go to the zoo, or we'd go to the park, or whatever. We'd go to car shows, stuff like that. Put on a pair of shorts. But I know guys that go out and they work construction wearing shorts. I'm like, okay. And I guess it's how you're raised or whatever. But there's guys here, they literally wear shorts in the wintertime. And you're just like, okay. That one guy, he would wear thermals and shorts. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't that grass have knife edges on it? That's, I mean, even with jeans on or whatever, the yucca around here will still stab you. I mean, you come back in off of, if you're not bleeding, you didn't go out in the bush. That's Smoking Locust gave me a pair of gaiters, and man, those are the best thing ever. I will not go anywhere without those now. They don't weigh anything. You clip them on, you're good to go. I mean, every once in a while, they don't cover your knee, so you still get slapped, but they handle about 70-80% of the trouble. Yeah, and over in the Davies Mountains, there's the yucca plants. Well, there's still a kind of yucca. They're called a soto, and dude, they got like the same thorns that catclaw has. It's not just the tip of the blade you have to worry about. It's the whole edge of the blade of grass. They should be. And it's like I wouldn't want to have to walk through tall Johnson grass. Yeah, Everett's is full of highly, and they don't even try to take the dead people down. They just leave them there. I think what is trying to get the bodies down would would has the potential of making the people that are up there just as dead. So they're just there. They'll be there from now on. Well, that would be harsh. Yeah, that you can only go up there so many times. It's like you can only do extreme diving so many times before you have to give it up. Too, I believe. Um, if you do it all the time, you can only breathe that compressed gases for so long. And I may be wrong about that, but that's just what I heard. I ain't no dive expert. My brother is. He still has. He lives in Texas. And he still got dive gear for crying out loud. Oh, that's not cool. Anyway, it's coming up on 3 hours. In case y'all unless y'all have something super important to ask me, I'm going to call it because I'm getting tired. I'm getting a headache. Caffeine headache. See, I beat C103 to saying that. I guess I missed Sasquatch bailing on us.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to keep this rolling without Rob in here. There's a different level of personal physical responsibility in Asia. As Americans, we should all be ashamed. All right, Carol, have a good night.
I'll be back.
Not a lot. I worked there. I was just actually fixing to get off. Actually, is it snowing? Oh, snowing in the great state of Pennsylvania. It's just 10:52 here, Ted, but that's a little ways after 6:30. I will be back on.
Plus, I made him do a live with me.
Yeah, I already did one live today. Seriously, I know a lot of you people hate Facebook, but you do realize that this is the same thing. I'm just saying. And I may start getting her to do her lives through StreamYard, and then I can share. I may share her on my other channel so y'all can watch her. She does lives. It's just, I know when I get tired that I ought to call it and go get a glass of water, and I don't. So, but anyway. Anyways, God bless y'all. That's still out on dial. Anybody that comes in late, you might want to go back and watch the first part of it. And then Rob was in here for about an hour, I think. Wasn't he? A little hour better. Towards the middle. Oh. Yeah, I've been bumbling around in here for 40 minutes, so. Anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all still alive. Do not die. I will see y'all tomorrow night. If Diego's live, it'll be after. If he doesn't, I'll just, whenever I get everything together, I will hop on. Okay? Love all y'all. Y'all still alive. Don't die.